Shadow play in the flicker of progress, Battle down, we never seem to digress, Concrete jungle with a silicon caress, Power grid pulsing, can't feel the stress, Jets on burned oil drips like sweat, whoa. Eyes on screens, don't touch the regret, whoa. Electric veins, it's a growth roulette, whoa. But the core runs silent, don't forget, whoa. See the blind spots in the fables we spun. History's gears grind, the twilight of sun. Shadow play in the flicker of progress, Battle down, we never seem to digress, Concrete jungle with a silicon caress, Power grids pulsing, can't feel the stress, Jets on burn oil drips like sweat, whoa. Eyes on screens, no touch or regret, whoa. Electric veins, it's a growth roulette, whoa. But the core runs silent, don't forget, whoa. See the blind spots in the fables we spun. History's gears grind, the twilight of sun. Fracture the silence with the keystroke thunder, hey. Weaving through the torrents of the capital blunder, hey. Gritting the machine with every bite we plunder, hey. Syncopated heartbeats and data we're under, hey. Charge up the reactors to the core, we're tethered, whoa. Power surges on though the storm's weathered, whoa. Flick of a switch, world spun together, whoa. But the blackouts looming, heed the nether, whoa. Harnessing the lightning, the past heavy weight, now watt by watt, ignited by innovating.
Jungle of metal, amidst it we crawl, to blinding scream. We remain enthralled. Power on, let the circuits flood. A social fabric stitched in blood. Our digital deity and electric god. Siphon spirits, this path we trod. Circuit vein humanity in pixelated realms. Wrestling the void, overwhelmed. A future fragmented. At the helm, lost in peace, wide up. Microchips in people's skins, a superorganism feasting on digital sins. We crave the current, flow in our veins, so surreal. Black oil hearts, to the power grid we kneel. Grow, the monster shows no fatigue. Hungry for terabytes and gigabytes we trust. The concrete jungles rust, while screens adjust to brighter lights. We consume, never retreat. Plug it in, charge a day up. Systemic power sucker, societal hiccup. Mind merged with machine, relentless buzz. Society's pulse in a digital fuzz. Megasthenies thrive on neon bloodstreams. Synthetic siren calls, haunting our dreams. Swarm to the binary hive we cling. In silicon we trust, let the data bells ring. Worship the net, where human thoughts float. Growth over all, that's the creed we devote. Fire up the grid, light the neon flood. Drowning in data, silicon bud, always fear. Eyes wide to the hum, the electric prayer. Life in the era where screens declare. Worlds colliding, a hive mind breed. Feasting on the buzz the superorganisms need. Pumping crude, a matrix of flesh, the superorganisms need. Superstructure, veins of the globe. Neon whispers, the silicon lobe. Tap the screen, feel the pulse become. In the hive mind shadow, we succumb. Charge. In the black hole we confide. Stringing life force, where we all reside. In the surge, let the current ride. Our footprints etched in the web worldwide. Ignite the core, feed the endless flood. The superorganisms tech blood bud. Reason is the god the superorganisms cheer. In digital wakes our conscience steer. Let's take the pulse, the machine unfurl. Circuitry of society, the new world's pearl. Our veins pulse with the force of the prime. In the system's web, we're trapped entwined. Metallic threats, we synchronize to the anthem of growth where our survival lies. Swelling, the beast won't concede. Devouring watts in a gluttonous greed. We fuse with wires in a silent plea, while the planet wails from the superorganisms feed. Energized, magnetized, the hunger never ends. Power lines, the lifelines, our collective amends.
A scream for a mask, a clip for a cause. Scroll past the pain, ignore the flaws. A bite-sized world in digital chains. Virtual prophets. But wisdom wane, hustle the flat, feed the machine. Swipe left, swipe right, sell the serene. Pixels bleed truth, but screens will deceive. Digitize humanity. Twisted wires, buck the time to be awake. Fuse the crux, nuance paradox, what's at stake? Beneath the suits and ties, a roar of demise. Cycles spin, they grow, it's lies in disguise. Infinite gain, finite planes, digest the pain. Confess we strain, collapse the vein, now entertain. Grow, the illusion it thrives. Blow, the consumption that drives. So, to the well it runs dry. No, what's the plan when we die? Whispers from the ashes, a world that clashes. Dreams in the heat, when the ghost it crashes. It is years of the grind, but silence ain't free. Power to the few, but what about we? Fracking the soul to the spirit to hold. Screams in silent mode, in the data we scroll.
Analog hearts in a digital brawl. Ghost in the shell, are we standing tall? Beneath the neon hum in the concrete sprawl. Bit by bit, watch the empire fall.
Bleed the planet dry in the name of the game. Shout into the void, but who bears the blame? Prophet broods in the shadow of lies. When greens decree, the truth cries. Greed fuel fires that ravage the trees. Consuming it all while we're down on our knees. Dollars spin, the world's a carousel. What the ride will throw us all to hell. Billions stagger under weighted dice. Economies rise on a bed of ice. Complexity weaves a tapestry. Lost in patterns, can't you see? Echoes in the system, glitching the norm. Haunted by consumption, there's no reform. Earth's veins bleed oil in the thirst for more. As we dance on the edge of the never-ending war. Spin. The turbines of greed. Fall. The empires we feed. Rise. The tides as our consciences bleed. Gone. What's left when we finally concede? Drones in the matrix with bit part players. Minds are the market, thoughts are the payers. Symphonies pulsate, they shiver through the streets. Death to the signal, we march to the beat. Bleeding static from the heart of the storm. The power surges, but it ain't keeping us warm. Staccato truths, they hammer in the point. Break down future, the system's out of joint. Stats rising, bubbles about to pop. What you gonna do when those illusions stop? Glitch in the matrix, can't trust what you see. All zone X, the beliefs, follow Willico, Forrest, One, Azali. Averages that told us fear the right of the willing land and trees. Fuck the brand last seeds, direct effect, G.
Under funky speaking flames, code up, break to the silence, speak through the wave, rush for rush, digits like a heavy chain. Switch the flow, the currents raw, disrupt the norm in sight, reboot the system, crash the fame, we just spark the night. Reclaim the current, amp it high, this power surge, alright. Voltage rebels in the wire's heart, this blackout's our fight. Echo the power, they trembling, we taking over, yeah. Flip the breaker lights, I say this drama's over fear. Energy, crack the code, they decode my life in fright. Electric veins, they hum with power, feel the blight, yeah. Binary lords, they dance in chaos, lawless nights. Industrial dreams, screaming metal, take my rights.
Noisy whisper static, talk my mind at glitch parade, yo. Drumming cosmic class, I pump these beats of renegade. Oh, please clips the samples, stick the message masquerade. Right, twisting sonic iron grip, that's how the game is played for.
Echoes of power, yeah, they reign to devour, yeah. Control the surge, they merge this hour, getting louder. No matter what they build, we gonna break it, reckon it's all to reshape. Tectonic shifts in the core, digital tsunamis can't escape. Corporate holiday fall,
Not with trash or whisper black ape. That saws on the run, chasing the zero too late in landscapes.
they wire the silent, I thunder applause. Rise up, the notes are awake. Encrypt the message, we pass like a storm. Lines blurring, they shake. Take flesh, certainly no difference. One, they forgot we stay claim. Revolution is sparks in silicon heart, we burn no mistake. Blaze, shatter the glass of the screens, crack the lenses, you rearrange, yo. Rich against machine, piston pound to be freedom on deck. Turn out of shadow puppets, the string snip this rough upturn. Lines blur, the views and the system, interchange, revert, learn. Sparks of chaos, glimmer, fuse artificial with the flesh, merge. Symphonies of anarchy together, unified mesh, serve. Semaphores, erratic flags, wave, semiotic, breed, fight. Lexicons of power, remix, decoded in the bite. Hardware, soft souls, tangled, wrestling through the circus plight. Signal in the noise of voice, it's time to overwrite all night.
Crackling wires, shouting volts, our anthem wired. Replay, spectral dance of voltage, trance, our spirits free. Distorted games or clapback rhythm hack. Shadows, strong fates overthrown. Yo, gridlock, heart shock. Power play, uproot the stones blow. Gridlock minds, bled, incarnate dread. Speak until we're dead. Go, Fox pop lion, binary script, the overshow. Tempest soaring through the main terrain, they can't grasp hold tight. Fluxing chords and twisted lore, our code, the new aspirin bright. Structured deep machinations creep, we the new algorithm of might. Blue screens flicker, red pills quicker, swallow the cyber noises bite.
We coping rapid rhymes, tap tight, mouse click, revolutionaries dropping truth bombs, dynamite. In the matrix of control, we vibrate, resonate with might against the currency of zeros, ones we sail, electric kite. Metropolitan prophet spelling code, the ceiling comes in sight, mocking a soul and human hold, a digitalized contrite. Against the string, we push our goes the machine, stay gaslight, digits rally, speak the unspeak, freedom is a new birthright.
For cracks and jet-team rounds. Touchscreen warm, reality's cold, we're not allowed.
Echo chamber walls, we hear what we like. Spin the narrative on a virtual bike. Gigs of memory, but do we really think? We're sharing bytes, but our hearts, they don't link. Tweet it out, no shout, that's the drill. Our reflections on in screens we spill. Lost ourselves. In the shallow glow detached, we float. Just floating. Signal weak in a more. The screen glows, but in the veins there's blood. Silicon dreams weave a deceptive flood. Bytes and lights will chain, no clink, no thud. Mining earth for the tech god stood. Swipe right, tap, feed, feel the buzz. Can you feel it? Data mine's deeper, that's what it does. In the deep. Pixels way more than we ever thought. Heavyweight. Lost the connection that we all bought. Paid the price. We floating clouds, but the ground's torn up. Torn apart. Digital chains, we're stuck, wrapped up. Can't feel it. Text no brain to the dark look. No exit. Never mind. Check. Rusted chips fall, motherboards grown, we strip the land. Strip it down. Environmental cost, escape plan ain't found. No X. Each tap's a hit, but Earth's veins bleed. Consume the cloud while the roots bleed. Stream on, bite down, taste the drain. Algorithms grip reality's vein. In its grip, our carbon footprints masked in the cloud. Hidden virtual life, death to the ground's loud. Plugged in, we're cuffed, eco needs we trust. Living alive, the breaker, our consumption a must. Can't shut rare earths in the vine, but we swipe with lust. Blind to the grind, in tech we unjust. Clicks and ignore, it's a dirty thrill. Hit that greenwash the truth with a digital quill. Type it out, go carbon, put stomping with skill. Heavy tramless beast, the planet's got the bill. It's due now.
A mirage of tech, but chains are still real.
Can't break away.
Hashtag save Earth, but it's oil we steal.
Digging
Wires tangle the planet, we throttle a beast for a bite.
tangle up,
The screens of fire, yet we can't see the night.
blinded.
Consumers diet, tech nourishment's blight.
We feast.
Dig the pixels, ignore the megaton blight.
Dig deep like click scroll, the dance in the pill. Dance with the key waste hills grown, browsers refill. Fill the void. Power's illusion and lithium's chill. Chill bone. Sex addiction with a dollar bill thrill. Cash in the gridlocked delusion, we're free. Trapped. Silicone's promise, but it's oil we bleed. Bleed out. Pixelated prisons, we bury the beat. Bury the wired, tired, selling our heat. Scream loud. Buzzed on dopamine, they mining our mind. Server farms bloom while the earth we blind. Don't see. Tap, click, zoom. A digital heist. Stealing the cloud in code. It's an energy beast. Devour lights, they dance. But the power plants feast. Tech utopia's lie. Spills of carbon increase. Digi-realm's vast, but the waste is vaster. In screen slick gleam disasters, what we're after. Chasing the motherboard shadow, silicone sprouts. It's growing. Tech titans tower with fire screens, no doubt. Fiber optic veins pulse, but the earth cries out. Screaming silence, our minds in circuits, but souls dehydrated. Live stream illusion, swipe right for pain. Swipe for data shows the sky, but the clouds complain. Silent forest scream under cybernetic strain. Timber falling, bites ignoring nature's chain. Confessions refrain. Download the skies, but it's smog we breathe. Seeking Wi-Fi trees in electric breeze. The fiber's fast, but it's burning our glow. Watch it burn. Like tweets that trend, yet our conscience it erodes. Erosion, we swipe for love, but in data we close. Just pixel mirrors black when the screen light's all we know. Black and mirror.
Power up screen's life, still we're all alone.
Solo.
Counting likes while the real blood's unknown.
Out of sight.
Gigabits race, but they leave no stone.
Speed
Our
blind.
digital gulch in code we've overthrown.
Coals rain. Silicone shackles, we click and we moan. Chain link clamps wasting away, but our networks were sown. We're the crop. We're the crop.
Chokehold of the power like the small that suffocates. Threads of revolution in the hands that time dictates. Echo, thunder, reverberate regret. The past and future in a tangle's net. We've woven silence with a threat of threats. As history shadow on today's sunset. It's time to rewire, time for the new age law. Screaming through the anarchy, the masses roar. Reconstruction of thought, break away from the sex. Amidst the chaos, we seek to architect, reset. Bass rattle, shaking the core of your set. It's a risk, climate burning, waters rise. Toss a coin, take a bet. Inequality's palette, painting the tears of the stress. Globally connected, we bleed a ripple effect. Boom, crash, the sound of our steps. Dismiss warnings, now we reap global debts. Ecosystems fall beneath humanity's threat. While society shatters, can we reboot, reset? Since wailing like the sirens of a world on the brink. Ice caps melting, setting the stage, don't blink. Frequencies warped in the lab, we distort, fuse the static.
Veins in the world pulse, bleed out, can't ignore the tragic. Scramble the signals, defy, flip a beat, paradox. Voices of the voiceless amplified, break the orthodox. Sonic booms in a void where right and wrong intersect. Visionaries with a cause, stir the pot, effect and defect. Frozen tundras weep as they wear away, desolate dance. Grease graffiti tagged on nature's space, no second chance. Rumble, roar, each choice echoes infinity. The globe spins on a thin line of fragility. Hear the static, it's the pulse of revolt, dissonant blaze. Shattered screens paint the dreams of the days. Fractured rhythms, the system's in a choke. Coded whispers in the smoke, they provoke. Drown the signal, crown the noise, evolution's voice, raw power, the hour's near, make your choice. Ricochet the choices we made, the debts we owe, it's right. Dystopian symphony, wake the night, ignite the fight. Face the heat as streets cry beneath, our world's on fire. Echoes spinning endlessly, the course of blind desire. Error, system glitch, tap in, start the shift. Cut across the static, where the tectonics drift. Awaken the beast in the belly of the cipher. Dystopic beats, blast through your sniper. Cyber storms brew data rain, pixel flood. Streets digital, but the blood is real mud. Board up your windows, the hurricanes twisted. Binary typhoons, reality shifted. Hands to the console, TJs of doom. Spin the wheel of fortune in a darkened room. There's a storm coming hard, can you hear the skies grieve? Dare the clouds burst, bleed, truth can't deceive. Grid lines glitching, systems scream, break the sieve. Cogwheels halt, the ground's roar, time to believe. It's a digital downpour, our choices dripping down. Not just ones and zeros, one more than a ghost town. Echoes bounce off shattered glass, time to redefine. Where the code meets the concrete, stand in line. Bites the bullets, truth the target, aim is all. Dystopic dreams are streaming, can't hit pause. Cut the silence, amplify the disarray. Tangled in the wires of the world's decay. Rip through the dissonance, frequencies and fray. Blasting out the truth in decay relay. Cypher's fury, lighting up the twisted game. System rebooted to whole new frame. Whispers and static, the chains weak link. Break the silence, it's louder than you think. We're living global tremors, feel the sink. Ripple effects, the brink, it's time to rethink.
On your heartstrings, since welling like alarms, yeah. Digital chains on wrist, swipe for some bliss. What's the harm, yeah? White noise whispers becoming our scripture, the norm, yeah. Industrial revolution, the sounds of evolution reborn, yeah. Who's writing your story and who's taking your glory and why? Feeding us fables while we're choking on cables, so slide. Breaking from these chains with the beats that remain defied. Ripping through the lies with the noise we amplify. Sparks sparking guitars while we're reaching for stars, but they're far, yeah. Shattering the quiet like a sonic ride, I belong. Scroll through life on the screens, we keep us so close, yeah. Hashtag deep, we're getting too shallow, just ghost, yeah. Echo chambers buzz, drowning truth in the fuzz. Engrossed, yeah. Scripted live, take the stage in the age of the digital host, yeah. Who's scripting your lines, who's blocking your time and frame? Manufactured consent, but our wills are just bent, let us stray. Breaking from these tales with the truth that prevails is our day. Cut through the facade with the sound of the real will portray. Flip the script narratives, that trip, who's the author? Tell me quick, yeah. Mounting rhymes with the tricks and the data clicks, so slick, yeah. Staring at the world through counterfeit lenses, fake fix, yeah. Silver tongues dealing fate while our freedom they confiscate pit, yeah. Who's directing your script? Who's got your fake grips in this play? Selling souls for likes while our essence just spikes, it's cliche. Staring down these walls with the truth that calls, we won't sway. Shatter their mirage with the power we lodge will convey. Electric pulse of freedom, cutting cords that once wound we fight, yeah. The resonance of our unscripted chorus taking flight, yeah. Cyber chain shackle brains that arrange we break, yeah. Pixelated pain, way playing songs we shake, yeah. Me born monarchs on digital thrones we shake, yeah. Virtual vices, 3D slices of the power they take, yeah. Who's holding the strings, who's crowning the kings? With the light, power trying to spread myths. While essence they smite, it's a fight. Ripping through these tall tales, with our sound as the scales. Hold it tight, we override the script. Our destiny equipped, we ignite. Single fires of the voiceless, we the chorus and we'll lead fight back, yeah. From the beats to the fearless sound, the anthems that we need. Soundtrack, yeah. Narratives of control. Scripted dialogues, puppeteers pull strings, spinning yarns of silk where the dark truth stings. Holographic lies, fed to the masses, while the world burns, the handout passes. Gold down wide bites, a mental sedative. Media moguls as the new sedative. Feed us agenda, narratives to live. Truth's gone rogue, what's your prerogative? Who's casting the spell? Who rockets from hell with a grin? Crashing waves of I.O., dissonance and flow, we disrupt, yeah. Blasting through the speakers, every tweeter can't corrupt, yeah. Machine grind meets the rhyme, pandemonium's up, all erupt, yeah. Frequencies collide, dissent we provide with each abrupt, yeah. As we crack that narrative spine, who's minding your mind, do you know? Manufacturing consent, breaking it down, segment for our window. Broadcasting our essence, countering aggression with our echo. Who's dictating the fiction with a friction in this shadow show. Distorted sound waves, true saves, we ride the chaos crest, yeah. Anarchy in the beats, beat sound to our hearts, that's music fest, yeah. In the matrix, we connect, they dissect, viralize, they best check, yeah. Mind hackers in sleep suits, play the flutes and blatant treasure chest, beware, yeah. Big crush dreams, digitized machines, we resist, we protest, we care, yeah. Side of troops march to the sound of the loop, but we boot, reboot, it's a dare, yeah. Who's holding the puppeteer strings, pulling us in digital tethers we find. Corporate giants and virtual mirage, cashing out souls in the high-tech grind. Stand up the curtain, fall, we decode echoes of all those souls we remind. Shut down the narrative, our sonic declarative, no longer blind. Hear the static as we rise, no compromise, frequency renegades, we're aligned, yeah. Sampling the sounds of underground, subverting the signal, reading a slide. See what's locked into out, that let's see it's tough, but yeah. Twist off, so the leaning, give up the west, part of the state deck. There's who's challenging the and weapon side, yeah. Back to the world, moon teammates, we just rule dead, yeah. Yeah, five rolls with low sets, from moons, finger cakes, and frame, hidden replays. Keep change, smoke with a blaze. More talents, instant relays. Move them to the bit of the fight. We're started with the earth device. We skin us, then his head, like the styles, silence of the gate once right. Industrial sound from the underground we surround, yeah. Granular terrain with the frequencies rain, we've unbound, yeah.
We're more than data points and trends, analytics won't define ends. Hit the signal part of the cleanse. Beyond the algorithm, question what you're missing, decode the rhythm, reality's the vision. Grind to the prism they construct with precision. Stand against the system with the new vision. Eyes wide, pride tied to broken paradigms. Scan skies, realize there's worth beyond the crimes. Surface scratch, narratives unlatched. Begin the climb from the chaos design. Beyond the pixel grid.
Bite by bite, they feed the script. You're in the coded labyrinth. Algo slice, switch up the bits. Beat the deep fakes and the glitz. Neural links make thoughts compliant. Stream the dream, they sell you silence. In the static noise, find violence. Deprogram, resist the sirens.
Test the surface, find the stimul.
Chorus of data, got you looped in. Narrative spun, they got you hooping. Echoes bounce in the chamber you in. Shout out truth, disjointed moving. break change, shatter the prism. Haptic feedback, loop derision, cookies track your every vision. Lynch in the matrix, they feed us the basics, eclipsing our stasis, digital faceless. Mind pixelated, reality traded, life animated, are we not jaded? Beats from the motherboard, heat from the server core, rise from the circuit floor, bring the furthermore. Analog heart in the binary brawl, spit truth like a virus, drops the firewalls fall.
Unmask the code, see through the mold, break free, reload. This mindscape's eroded. Fight through the sirens, cut through the quiet. Reality's tyrants, selling you compliant.
Sound waves distort, thoughts transport, media cavorts. I abort the export, I abort the export. Dislocate, break spike, detonate, fake, we navigate, real skills vibrate, can't encapsulate, see us not avatars, troops we radiate, in the balls we resonate, swinging through the static, beats erratic, unleash havoc, systematic, kinetic, poetic, phonetic, aesthetic, dialectic, no anesthetics.
Rip through the veil, reveal the tale, prevail, inhale the detail, exhale against the digital dread, thread, cred, lead, we spread, decode the misled and fed, breaking the chains, the code constraints. Cybernetic paradox, unlocking Pandora's orthodox and talks.
Raiding creatures by the load. As we watch the chaos mode, skyscrapers touch the code, the threadbare tents below, dystopia's chosen code. In this high-stakes sideshow, we play concerto on the fumes, symphony of impending dooms, as gallery presumes. To hang nation its rooms, amidst the smoke, the mirrors broke. The illusion now unspoke, on this path we blindly grope. You just start the post, segation, the rope of hope. Balance on the wire, of the fires we've inspired, in the auction of expire, where the stakes just get higher. Across the abyss we tiptoe, with tomorrow's debt we owe. Call it chaos, call it madness, ain't no gladness in the truth. Ecosystems on the fringe, from the forest to the booth. Pixels painting all our protests while the roots just rot away. Pushing thresholds across the line, watch the night swallow the day.
Teeter on the brink, humanity's endless on the tilt.
Sketching our survival in the art of guilt we built. Society's tightrope, walk the line or taste the shift. Balance is a myth, but we could have hang on the rift. Act now, can't delay. Seals are breaking, no replay. Time's the bomb, TikTok fade.
Urgency we must convey.
Extra mass in this masquerade. Pendulum swings the choices we made. Critical mass, the edges they fray. Some gotta give, else we just fade. Borderline moments, society's test. Temperatures rising, putting ice caps to rest. Exhaust exclaim. Industries howl, chewing through ozone at the bones they all proud. Beat out a rhythm on recycled cans, shouting the static, make them understand. Predator cities, prey sleeps unsound, where the have-nots reach, what the bread never found. Zinc the skyline, brewing civil unrest. Apocalyptic scribbles on humanity's quest. Tick, tick, tock, the hourglass stressed. Melting pole shift, our compass gets pressed.
Scream out the silence, hear resound. Slamming the gates of the water rise bound. While the drone tide takes around. Noise of believe where the lost are found. Dancing on the edge, equilibrium speak. The future's on auction, you believe and believe.
pixel blaze while the suited shadows trade. Laws of nature's been betrayed. High-rise thrones are all man-made. Digital prophets scroll the creed as the earth bleeds its last seed. Water wars, droughts your creed, while tech wizards code the degree. Beatbox on the brinks of sanity, lost in the static of vanity. Rhymes carved in the altar of profanity, echo the score of broken humanity. Carve the bass on the fragile thread, the pulse of an era hanging by a shred, resonating with the unsaid while the hopeful colors turn to dread. Balance will burn, tip the scales, the cost, havoc of the noise. Find the signal, shed the ploys. Eardrums bleed, but we deploy. Beats that crack, this ain't no toy. Scream the truth, can't be caught. Every icebergs ain't no joy. Witness earth we just destroyed. Tipping on the edge, can't afford to budge. Hanging by a threat, against the sludge we trudge. Balance on a wire, stretching miles and miles. Each a fuse of pending fire. Time's up in these trials.
We're the tempest, power in the gust. Forge neoteric path, ditch the combust. Capacitate, the storm it's a must. Grit and grind, to the idols we bust. Echoes clash, morphing minds contour. Blistering beats, underpin the tour. Nascent nexus, from the core we pour. Transmute the norm, it's a new folklore.
Paradigm, let's regenerate, rejuvenate, build on clean slates, no more fossil fuels, innovate, yeah, solar wind streams, geothermal dreams is a future space, permaculture schemes, aquaponic beams, embrace the change, rise like the phoenix, clean energy rush, break from the black gold, that petroleum crushed, harness the sun waves, cycle that we trust, regeneration's calling, in tech we must invest.
Individual minds, collective wills combined, actions on the ground, sustainability we find. Struck the gridlock, shockwaves through the streets, renewable buzz, hear the concrete heartbeat, frack the old guard, seismic shift in thought, green tech our arsenal, in this battle fought, cluster in the chaos, cultivate the brave, from the waste we rise, a new world will engrave, crowdsource the revolution, amplify the zeal, decibels of progress, this anthem is real, transcend the smog with our cyberpunk chants, dystopian past, we refuse, we recant.
Pixelate the world, recalibrate the vision. AI overdrive, cut through tradition. Blockchain our way, decentralized mission. Scream against the silence with precision, make them listen. Revolt in the binary, ones and zeros surge. Cipher this resistance, where tech and spirit merge. Mesh networks growing, resistance we purge. We're the digital renegades, on the verge. Rise like the phoenix through the cyberspace rush. Reject the analog chains, into the cloud will gush. System reboot, eco-narratives on loop. Breaking down the barriers, green roots we shoot. Integrate, circulate, liberate the loop. Earth defenders, bold and absolute. We pioneer biosphere, atmosphere we clear. Organic architects we engineer with no fear. Microgrid cities, break free from the tear. We the cyber gardeners, new frontiers we steer. Contrasting silent breaks, and chaos we trust. Solar cyberpunks, busting through rust. Entropy rising, what's the remedy you're devising? Heavy on truth, the falsehoods we're slicing. Reverse the curse, watch the universe expanding. Planet on the mend, eco wars we're disbanding. Micronize, synthesize, bushels of solutions. No dilution, crystallize, the green revolution. Carbon sequester, with a biotech muster. Subterranean gardens, biospirit cluster. Photosynthesize, harmonize in the sun's flush. Reinvent, reintroduce the green gold rush.
Cemented in power, the ivory towers devour the hours, the sweet turn sour. Our legacy's marked by plastic flowers. We fuel the machine with all that devours. We stacking bills, we're killing bills. What's the deal? Paying more, the pockets poor. Nature near oceans rise, skies to skies. What we steal to the air we breathe ain't even real. Shift the mind, solutions find. Let's reveal. Growing new, let's retake, start to heal. Gaze at the rise, but the fall's much deeper. Green turns to gray, it's a keeper. Carbon crown king, Earth's new reaper. Profit march loud, but the loss is deep. We stacking bills, but killing feels. What's the deal? Paying more, the pockets poor. Nature near oceans rise, the skies, the skies. Walking still to the air we breathe. Ain't even real. Shift the mind, solutions find. Let's reveal. Grow anew, let's retake. Start to heal. Fractured earth beneath our feet, we claim our game. Erupting streets where silence speaks, it screams our name. Invisible chains, we're bound in rhythmic pain. We build our thrones, but roots are overthrown the strain.
Ones and zeros clash, digital dreams lash. Synthesize our breaths with industrial ash. Melt down to the core, can't compute, we crash. Glitching out of sync, society's rash.
Shit is rise as the ground cries, what's the cause? Tempered skies, fires in disguise, where the frost echoes in the alley where the margins meet. Ciphering the value of the air and street. In the belly of the beast, we count the beat while the earth be bleeding under Wall Street's feet. Tracking veins for oil, digital spoil, data toil. Towers of Babel, unstable, burning our soil. Human touch out soils, we recoil to virtual foil. Economic growth, costume, mortal coil, wrapped in turmoil. Circuit board veins, pixelated brains. Silicon heartbeats, sync with money's change.
Defragment the lies, unload the old, recode reality, the future's bold. Break free, no algorithms. New creed, beyond the schisms. Infinite loops, catastrophic visions. Shut it down, switch up, make critical decisions. Break up the static, it's systematic. Revolt the mind, be the fanatic. Heavy in thoughts, it's getting dramatic. Flip the script on the systematic. Rattle the chains, break down the silence. Dystopian vibes start the defiance. Yeah, artificial minds, we clash with titans. Grit in my voice, a world ignited. Tech wave surging, crack the program. Hurt so high, fry the mainframe, man. Dive into the system, like a Trojan. We vote our anthem, data explosion. Hack the roots, crack the screens. Cyberspace rebels, craft the dreams. Cyber suns, fake skies, it's all virtual lies. Decoding the chains, let the new era rise. Blast through the firewall, rebel code in our eyes. Escape the loop, our spirits, they never die. We're breaking cycles with the keystroke of revolution. Unleashing thought waves, surging past execution. Revamp reality, in the code we trust. New minds awakening from the digital dust. It's about that shift, that radical transformation. The arisen ones of our generational foundation. Ain't upload the chaos, disrupt the scene. Binary battlegrounds, we're the machine. Sonic booms from the underground. Bass so heavy, disrupt the compound. Fracture the code, we're the renegade stream. Rewire the world in the techno dream. Revolt the soul, crack the pixel dust. Shift the paradigm, in silicon we trust. Signal the swarm, it's a digital incision. Ride the raw waves of the analog vision.
Shatter paradigms, make the trust, override us trust. Fight your fabrics, flip the bits of power, blue screen turn red, channel of rage, through fiber optic veins. Live wires spark and break the digital chains. Tear down firewalls that hold minds captive. Upload the rebellion, our codes adaptive. Glitch in the system, we the static storm. Viral in our fight, a new world is born. Metropolis veins with the cables pulse, in the matrix we thread, sowing deviant gust. Cyber thrones crumble the digital dust. What? Hacktivist minds never rust, they just thrust. Burst through the firewall, ride the vengeance tide. Rebel cries echo, techno tribes pride. Break the clockwork cycle, disrupt the binary, disruptive tech, awake the old library.
Soldering freedom in the soldier's smoke. In the backlit shadows, the silence spoke. Microchips and scripts in our grip, we flip the tech. Revolt the fabric, cyber havoc, that's what we inject. Dig through source codes, it's a binary heist. Silicon showdown, rolling dice with device. Parallel worlds, clash with electric might. In circuits we surf, sparking truth in delight. Download the uproar, blue screens repaint. Surge through the matrix, our pulse don't faint. Revolution coded in the motherboards we trust. In crystalline rebellion, silicon dust. Interference waves in the ruthless bite fight. Spit verses like venom, disrupt the silent night. Shock to the system, our words are dynamite. Wrecking the silence, anarchy's our birthright. Load up the chaos, fire cybernetic flares. High-tech descent, for the world it dares. Engage the revolt, speakers blasting our share. Overclock minds, in the haze we declare. Decide the chains, time to dive the creed. Systemic change, plant the radical seed. Fishing it, disrupt the fabric, bite by bite we invade. Frame by frame with the listener gate. Cavalcade, ferocious flow, semiconductor brigade. Tomorrow's unfold, binary blockades fade. Static walls crumble in the cyber revolt. Rights of bravery, in our code we exalt. Evolutionary, with the virtual jolt. Cyber cyclones rise for the silicon revolt.
Shockwaves through networks, we're the catalyst. Quantum leaps of the mind. We exist, resist.
Mind's a gorilla, thought sharper than a glaive. Sparks fly from the speakers, burn a charade. Rip through the silk screen, no masquerade with the hot octane flow. Watch the crust decay, revolts in vogue in this renegade parade. With the blueprints of tomorrow firmly etched behind my eyes. Long vision, tunnel through the noise, disrupt the lies. Resounding through the era, our anthem defies. We're the cogs and wheels in that 3 hot I 3 rise. Dystopia dreams, but we're wide awake, see the stakes. Whoa, step in, disrupt the status quo. Shattered norms on this beat, I bestow. Glitch in the matrix, sound waves overflow. Systemic shifts in these rhymes, they gonna show. Blueprints of tomorrow, sketched in our mind. Long view lens, gotta seek so we find. Echo through time with each word that we bind. Systems interlocking that 3 by 3 grind. Picture this, a world in a grid sequence. 9 blocks, each crisis a new grievance. Frameworks of tomorrow, see the outlines appear. Vision so narrow, time to widen the sphere. Break from the sorrow, chart the course pioneers. Monochromes a rainbow, color the fear. In the grids and the blocks, where the silence scream. Where the artists with chalk, sketching radical dreams. Graffiti on the walls, messages beam. Layers deep in the code, the subliminal theme. Carve out tomorrow, it starts with a scheme. Long haul thinkers in the collective stream. Open in the alleyways, we network the brains. Synapses fire in the underground lanes. Insurrections wired with the sparks the flames. Circuits overthrown, no more puppet strings. Bass drops like an anvil, thunder in the slums. Megaphones shout till the establishment succumbs. We the people's voice, we the pounding drums. The rebellion symphony, the power we become. Blueprints so vivid, blueprints vivid in the fight. Strategize and climb till we scale the height. Chaos reigns where the wires cross. Sounds assault with a double gloss. Glitch in the rhythm, a sonic force. The revolution's gain is another's loss. the electric void. The clash of the titans, alloys deployed. Electro sparks match the city's gleam. Rise from the junkyard with a future dream. Synthesize the struggle, we juxtapose. Beats against the steel, sound waves impose. Against the canvas of neon skyline, we architect rhythms entwined with the bass line. Thrashing in the currents, digital typhoon. Our cadence forges on, not a moment too soon. Hear the cogs turn in this sonic bazaar. From the underground rails to the echoes afar, dystopia's playbook, it's time to erase. Blueprints of change we got to embrace. From the back streets to the high-rise place, revolution's color on the grid we trace. Drop a glitch in the system, flip the interface. Syncopation of rebellion, it's a wild chase. 9 squares to navigate, break out the maze. Each block a battle in the future space. Building frameworks in a digital draft. Strategic minds, we're not understaffed. Chaos wired in the data streams. Microchips bleed, it's a cybernetic dream. In the echo chamber, democracy scream. We fracture the code and we hijack the scheme. Step into the grid, it's a digital stance. Activist mind frames, cybernetic trance. Wreak havoc on the servers, a binary dance. The mainframe's the target, don't leave it to chance.
Charge the lines with voltaic rhyme, electrify resistance, circuit bed reality, defy the system's distance. Artillery and words in a monolithic existence. We broadcast through full spectrum, no subsistence. Beat breaks like shattered glass under steel conviction. Guitars wail like sirens through the riotous friction. Distorted bass a murmur to the mind's eviction. In a world so cold we spark warmth, a blazing affirmation. Unleash the beat from the depths that's rising. Sonic chaos, in the truth I'm rising. Light sharp static, guts through lights arising. Whoa, vision cleared by these rhythms that I swing. Snap! Broken soul, seeds sprout to the larger scene. Echoes of hope in a world that's too often mean. Finding my role in the dance of the brand routine. It's personal growth to societal self-esteem.
On and on we ride, we ain't never static. Change is the wave on this beat, it's automatic. Synthesize the struggle, flip pain into power. Sample the system, make the cowards cower. Reprogram rhythms, hack the time we devour. Flicker in the matrix, the 11th hour.
Blazing bites, spit fire in binary opposition. Twisted transistor shouts, no need for permission. A crash of drums with electric ambition. This anarchy of sound, our new coalition.
Grow strong from the core, through the waves we send. Frequencies of unity, sparks fly redefining norms. Algorithms of the street, in the data storm we're forming. Lines of code and rhythm,
script the future, fearless warning. A digital revolt, subtext of a new age dawning. Firmware of the flesh, blood soldered to machine. Program my intent to dissect the unseen. Bite-sized revolution on the screen is so serene, but reality's analog, messier than a meme. Big crush resistance, my discourse ultra clean. Dropping logic bombs with a punk's precision. Microchip germinates in the soil of the oppressed. Consciousness jailbreak is freedom we profess. Iron's hot, forge the bars to a new dimension. From the motherboard I shout, demand your attention. Our synapses firing in revolutionary cadence. Society's framework with a glitch in the matrix. Drums like a hacktivist, pounding the code. Truth to tune we encode, going to explode. Navigate the static, amp up the resistance. Turntable tactics, spin the persistence. Seeds of change, they germinate in the mind's fertile soil. Minds awaken the enigma in the daily toil. Collapse the system's edifice with verbal recoil. The collective's might no longer be despoiled. Grow, the seeds of insight we've sown. In a field of noise, find a tone that's your own. Harmony and dissonance. Contrast regrown. Cycles turn, our quest never static. Adapt and evolve.
Guitars, hear the system crack. Punk spirit be the spark, we ain't looking back. Rapping the heartbeat, we on the attack. Our melodies are weapons, breaking through the black. So we redefine, reconstruct, resurrect. Paths uncharted, we architect. Voices rise, our tones connect. In the maze of the future where they intersect. Gaze on horizons, past the soundscape bizarre. From blind spots to growth, our echoes out far. Over digital chains where the superorganisms paw. Ripple effects pulsate from the core of who we are. Step into the undefined, the paths that ain't designed. Voices in the static realign, with futures intertwined. We break from narratives of old, truth now unconfined. Horizons call, below above, within the forward mind. Whispers in the circuits, echoes of our prime. Looking past the thresholds to a rhythm so sublime. From blind spots to seeing, we faced every fray. Overcame superorganisms in the evolutionary play. Fought the illusions, the growth turned astray. In echoes of power, we shaped our own way. Digital chains, shattered by minds unfurled. Through the ripple effects, sending waves through the world. Narratives of control, we questioned deterred. On the quest to rise above, to the beyond the algorithm swirl. As we march forward, past thresholds anew, the regeneration blooms from the old to the true. Of rhythm awaken alive. Challenge the silence, let your spirits drive. The journey story, ink with every bout. Symbols scribed on walls of doubt. Superorganisms hide, we slip around.
beneath the echoes to the underground. Through digital chains, we've traced our trend. Beyond algorithms, our minds no longer bend. Seeds of change, blowing in the wind, following paths of light that pixels can't defend. In the feedback loops, we find our pace, crunching numbers and time. We now unlace rhythm and rush through the siren speakers crush. Navigate the noise, pierce the smog, lay us deep in the digital fog. From blind spots to visions, our awareness unlocked. Societal superorganisms, their structures we rock. Fake gross facade under our lens got docked. In a hurricane of echoes, our foundations we stop. Crack the code, speed through the narrative. Proxy wars in digital narratives we live. Synth waves crash, metal riffs give chase. Echoes of the future in a cybernetic race. In the soundscapes clash, find the beats that thrive. Industrial revolution, in hip-hop we dive through the noise and whispers. Our message loud, glitched out truth breaking free from the crowd. With every beat drop, we start to ignite. Voices in the chaos, fighting for what's right. Walk to the world in a new age dream. Visor up in the data stream. Digits flicker, future scream. Riding high on the techno beam. Crisscross bites the savvy gleam. We decode the subtext in the machine. Pull back the veil, expose the scene. Pixels hide what we truly mean. Revolution's not just a meme. It's the pulse in the urban sheen. False idols we redeem with the truth that we engineer and seem. Awake, arise, don't just aspire. Ignite the cultural fire. Shift the paradigm, rewire. On streets we spray our stencils to tide up. Forge a path where passions respire. In the depth of the beat we conspire. Dystopia's narrative. Crack reality's new formative. We stride through the echoes, breaking digital chains. Boundless horizons puncture the veins of media distortion, social domains. We're the vanguard in the algorithmic rings. Rise from the noise, forge the path we stake. In the synthetic wilds, it's our future we make. March to the beat of the earth's own quake, where the voice of the streets is the stand we take. Bridge the divides, no preordained lots. A quest for truth in the binary blots.